Hello, this is Papa G, and today I'm going to show you how to dress and load a skull candle. So, a lot of people are afraid of skull candles. They think they're always for something baneful or evil. They're mainly to put thoughts into a person's head. Now, that can seem coercive, but it can be to help someone with addiction. It can help them to overcome problems they have or problems with willpower. It can be to give them a positive attitude. Today I'm going to use it for my business. I've got Come To Me Oil there, Money Drawing, Seduce to get people to come to my site, and Healing, because I do want it to be not coercive. I want people to find me based on a higher good, that they come to me for a reason. You see, I've got my Maneki Neko there, waving to bring me good luck for business, and I have all my herbs laid out. So with skull candles, like I said, you're putting thoughts into someone's head. Now it's traditional, usually in hoodoo, to load, what they call it, loading the bottom of the candle. And what you're actually doing is you're going to, and be careful with this, I have that firmly gripped and I'm going gentle. You're digging out the wax in the bottom of the candle. And don't throw away the wax as you do this. You're going to need it, so keep the wax. So I'm digging out enough space where I'm going to actually put in a petition and the herbs that are associated with what I'm doing. You can see I have patchouli laid out there by the Maneki Neko, and that is for money drawing. Then we have 5-finger grass, which is also for good business. It's for money. It's for abundance. Rose, that sort of goes with the seduction part, where I want people to see the pictures I post, the things I put on like my website and my Patreon, and sort of love what they see. And then on the far left there is Angelica, which, as I mentioned, I wanted to put that in because I don't want this just to be a spell to make people come find me and make them buy from me. I want it to reach the people who need my services. It's all for their higher good. So it's not just to coerce customers and clients my way. It is to appeal to the ones who actually need what I offer. So there we have the bottom carved out. I'm going to set that aside and write out my petition. If I can get the little guy to sit still. This is another tradition, is to tear off the edges of your petition so there's no harsh paper cuts, manufactured cuts. Here I'm using a piece of decorative paper. We'll get out our pen. And I'm putting clients will find me for their highest good. I had to think a little bit on how to word that because, like I said, I want it to be for that reason. And then I'm putting the word prosperity. And generosity. So you see, you can actually do something that does sort of get people to change the way they think about something, but for a good reason. What I'm doing here is creating what is called a quincunx, a 5-spot pattern where you put it on the top, the bottom, the left, and the right, and one in the center. And here I'm using the Come to Me oil to have clients actually come to me. And I'm going to fold it towards me, turn it towards me again, always towards you. Towards you if you want something to come to you, fold away from you if you want something to get away from you. I'm going to fold it just as many times as I possibly can. Now it's time to go, and we're going to put it down in the bottom of the skull candle. Time for the herbs. I got my patchouli. Once again, that's for money and abundance. That is ground, finely ground patchouli. My 5-finger grass, which is similar, also for good business, for money. I like these little spoons I found with the little crystal on the end of them. We've got our rose petals for to sort of seduce people my way. Like, you're gonna like the photographs I put out. You're going to the videos, things will appeal to you. And then we have that Angelica, which is for, hey, angelic reasons too. Like I said, people will find me because they need me. And we're going to slowly start to pack in the wax. All of it will not fit back in, but I do want to press in as much as I can. And I'm taking the torch. I love these little torches. Used to have long reach lighters, which never last. So I got a little bit melted. Going to put some more back in. Push it down. I'm going to torch it again. You're trying to get as much back in as you possibly can. And of course, you also want the bottom to be flat. You don't want to pile it up or mound it, because you still want the skull candle to stand up properly. A little bit more. And from this camera angle, it does look a little bit chunky, but it is pretty flat. You just can't tell it. It's not as smooth as if when a skull candle is freshly poured. I think that's got it, so I'm going to get my extra wax out of the way. I won't throw it away yet, just in case it sinks in a bit and I may need it. Better safe than sorry. And normally I would carve many things into a skull candle. If it's for a specific person, you might put their name, their birth date, any information that, like their favorite color, their sign of the zodiac. Since I am wanting more clients for my Folk Magic Studio business and website, I'm just going to make a sign of the cross on the top, which means, like I said, I still want the people to find me for the right reasons. So I really couldn't think of a symbol that signified everyone and for that. So I'm just going to put it there on the third eye. And then I'm going to put a money symbol on the back. The main reason I put the money symbol on the back is because I want the money drawing aspect to be secondary to the higher aspect of finding me. Sort of the two go hand in hand. Some people have a question about charging for spiritual services, but spiritual workers have to have the time to do these services. So here I have this little vintage candy dish, which I keep this homemade powdered incense that I make. I grind my own herbs. I mix it with Mako powder and put it in real essential oils and some fine fragrance. And I like to rub it into the places I've carved so I can actually see them. I do this before I put the oils on. If you put the oils on first, the powder sort of goes everywhere, all over the candle, instead of down to the crevices. And here you're beginning to see that money symbol as I rub it in. There's a little corner that's stubborn. It doesn't want to get in that spot, but there it goes. Didn't mean to get incense in your eyes there. Okay, so we've got it laid down, and now I'm going to anoint it. First with the Come to Me oil. Some people will use also a Look at Me product, meaning look at my products, look at what I'm doing. Come to Me is to beckon in new clients or people who maybe haven't been around in a while. The Seduce oil, once again, to make the things I do appealing. The money drawing oil, of course, you want compensation for what you do. I spend a lot of money on, getting the good oils and the good organic herbs and stones and candles for my work. And the healing oil, because I do want the clients to be healed by the things that I offer them. Here I'm going to rub that onto the candle pretty well. Right now I'm just dispersing it a little bit. And then once I get it all around, since it's a good working, we're going to go upward. Go upward with your motions. Usually up is to bring things to you. And if you were to rub down, it's to get things away from you or off of you. That can apply to many workings. Like if you were doing a cleansing, you want something to get off of you. And I'm just going to sprinkle, once again, a few of the herbs. So I've got these herbs and these oils in the base of the candle. I've got them, some of the oils on petition. I've got the oils on the candle itself. And I've got the herbs on it too. I'm going to try a few rose petals, but rose petals are difficult unless you powder them. Now, I'm not doing it with this candle, but often I will put pins in the skull of the candle, and people immediately think, oh no, that's something bad. Not necessarily. I consider the pins to be, every pin I put in is a single thought or a thought pattern. And if you get a chart and study the brain, you can see which parts of the brain process which types of emotions or feelings or thought processes and put the pin there. So it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be harmful. It's meant to make a, forgive the pun, a point. So we've got it pretty much dressed. We have it loaded at the bottom. We have it dressed. Here I have one of my crystal dishes with sand in it. Get a little bit of a prayer over it. Please, people, find me for the purposes you need me. Find my website, find my Etsy, find my social media, and I'm going to light it. And from here, I will move it over to my altar and let it completely burn. If you need to leave the house, you can blow a candle out or snuff it out and just thank it for its work and relight it when you return. And that is how you bless, dress, and load a skull candle.